You're such an asshole.
Last video of the day. Is there ever a better feeling when your to-do list is completely done? Even though if you wait 5 minutes, a new thing will pop up. Dear Cappy, I would like your take on being loyal to your nation and people versus enjoying a life of hedonism abroad, preferably in video form. I'm a 27-year-old Anglo. I graduated back in 2013 with a useless degree in international politics. I turned my back on a career in the military due to my disillusionment in the state of the British government, society, and economy, etc., and became very libertarian and individualistic. All right, you're in the UK. I went to work in China to learn Mandarin and build a life for myself out in Asia. After 5 years abroad, I speak the language fluently. I've started an online translation business. Its early days are not enough to live off of yet, but I'm getting there. Good, gotta hustle. I got red-pilled back in 2016 with the whole Trump Brexit thing and moved more towards nationalism. I was naively hopeful things might be about to turn around in the West. Oh, no, dude, no. Read my book, Enjoy the Decline. It's not coming around. It's not. The women's love their government too much. And that's it. That's simply it. Women love their government more than they do their men. That's it. Don't believe me? May I present to you the black community? May I present to you the Latino community? May I present to you, increasingly, the white community? But the only community within the Anglosphere that doesn't love the government more than their men would be Asian women in the Western civilization. But then when you go to most of the actual Asian countries, the women don't have a choice because they're communist dictatorships. Yeah, until that changes, enjoy the decline, man. It ain't going to turn around. I decided to return home to be amongst my own people, form a tribe is checked on. What, Brits? Brits? The guys who just like spread their legs open, come fuck us the rest of the world. You guys who arrest people for teaching a pug to do a Nazi salute, the Brits? Hey, remember 120 years ago when you guys might have been something? Oh. A tribe is Jack Donovan advises find a traditional wife and have kid. You're gonna go to Britain to find a traditional wife. I shouldn't have charged you as much as I did. This is a joy to read. Yet after subsequent events and upon discovering your channel, I'm now more of an enjoy the decline, surf the Kylie Yuga kind of guy. I ignore politics and just focus on my own life. There you go. There you go. I'm currently back home working a few part-time tree surgery, teaching Mandarin and building up a translation business. It's a relatively enjoyable employment situation, although the cost of living in the UK is very high compared to Asia. I'm also about to join the Royal Marine Reserves to scratch the military itch and go through a rite of passage. There you go, that's good. The question is, do I settle down and tough it out in this dying nation for the sake of trying to continue to revive my culture? No, it's dead. You know, in the war movies, like a cop movie, she's dead, Jim, she's dead, we gotta go. I love it. No, Bob, no, he's dead, Jim, we gotta go. That's the UK. UK's dead. It's dead. We gotta go, Bob. Where? I don't know. Let's go to Thailand, get ourselves some Asian and some drinks. Awesome. Do I settle down in this dying nation for the sake of trying to continue to revive my culture, or go back out to Asia and live my life of wealth and adventure, but cultural abandonment? I could get married to an English lass, buy property, raise kids in the traditional Western values and prepare for a harsh future. Alternatively, I could complete my minimum service in the reserve while gritting my teeth in doing teacher training, then fuck off to Asia and work in international school, earning a Western salary in a third world, and shacking up with an Asian woman uncorrupted by feminism. I think that's your second. I'm not saying commit yourself to that. Everyone makes it seem like if or. Not and. You can do both. It's not like I go to the wife store and I pick myself an Asian wife and that's what I get. Life happens to you. You could. It's laughably impossible. There's a very small chance. You could find a very nice traditional UK girl. And it could be great. You could find a nice traditional Asian woman. You could be in the reserves. You're sent out overseas. That you're stationed in, I don't know, what's an obscure country? Togo, and then you find the love of your life, a black princess. Cool, go, be happy. Don't think I must. Whilst the second certain sounds more fun, it also seems cowardly. Furthermore, my children will not grow up with a strong sense of identity and belonging due to being mixed race. There's that chance, yes. Is it better to live a life of adventure and hedonism or a life of strife and stoic fulfillment of duty? Maybe it's possible to live both. Anyway, very much appreciate your take on this. Cheers. All right. If a man does it right, he will live both. When he is young, he will live the adventure of life and hedonism. And how old are you? You're 27. You're square still there. I mean, you're not 20, but you're not 47 either. All right, you're still in your young hedonistic ways. And I don't think for a second you wasted your time going out. You've done exactly what you should be doing. You're exploring, you're trying different things. You may think you got a worthless degree, and you did, but instead of sitting there in the United Kingdom drinking and passing out with your panties showing, not that you're a girl, you went to Asia. You learned Mandarin. Now you have experience traveling abroad. You can function in other cultures. I wouldn't even call it hedonism, although you could say it, but you certainly are adventuring. And hedonism has this negative connotation, but going and having fun and doing what you want will teach you what's very important in life. One could argue my hedonistic ways of riding motorcycles and climbing mountains and boozing and all that, after a while it gets tiring, and then I think it's almost necessary you go through that hedonism. You get your fill of drugs, booze, whores, and rock and roll, and then you're like, well, wait, does drugs, booze, whores, and rock and roll really fulfill me? Is this really what you'll get your feeling like, oh, this isn't, what is it? And then you start to think more stoically. You become a mature man. I don't know anyone, because it's an interesting philosophical question you bring up. I don't know anyone that can go from 18 years old to being a stoic without first going through that quote rite of passage of hedonism and playing and adventuring and just being a young dipshit man so that you can appreciate it. It's like the dating's... Dude, you will never appreciate a woman who just is nice and is a boring Betty and has a job and no dad. I mean, you take a 23-year-old and a 53-year-old. Ask a 23-year-old what's hot. Dude, got big tits, she suck my dick, and she fucking, and she shaves in a little heart and dyes it. And sure, that's all hot. Ask a 53-year-old what's hot. No other man's kids. She has a job. No debt. She ain't fat. Oh my God, is that hot? Because the 53-year-old doesn't get to that point or appreciate a quality woman until he's dated the world's shittiest thoughts, whores, and bits ever. And so I think you need to do your hedonism. You need to go out and travel the world, not because I think it will expand your horizons, it will increase your quality as a man, it will season you as a man. You won't just be some, I play video games and I serve coffee. You are a world adventurer. Stick your dick in as many shit as you possibly want, and then that will give you the experience, not the theoretician, the big toe. I don't even have to. I love 19-year-old big towels and the virgin toes. Why would I do that? Why, all women are whores. So screw them. It's like you've never even dated a girl. You've never kissed a girl. You've never held a girl's hand. How can you appreciate a quality woman unless you dated and suffered the rank slop and shit that fills the sea of women in the Western world? And they can't. They're the professors, the academics, the theoreticians. They all live on the internet. You have actually been out there. And you're starting to get asking some very interesting questions. Like, well, hey, what should I say? Not yet, but you think along the right lines because you've gone out there. You're starting to see what's out there in the real world. And since you've gone through it, you've gone through the flames, you're truly going to appreciate what opportunities are presented before you. Now, how does this play into your loyalty to your home country? What I think you're starting to learn by visiting and living in different cultures, especially looking at the United Kingdom and whatnot, is the individual. You're starting to realize that just because you were born there, or whatever glorious history in British history, UK is truly glorious. The United States, truly glorious history. And that's nice. That's nice to have that culture. It's nice to have Western civilization. But if you look at what you and I have grown up in terms of the United States, the United Kingdom, It's filth. It's utter garbage. It's shit. Now, will it collapse? It deserves to collapse. And don't worry, it will. And you can fall in love with your culture that you weren't around for the multiple thousands of years, since Julius Caesar said, fuck it, we're out of here, to today. Or not even today, to World War II-ish. Until you guys got rid of Churchill. I don't know how the hell that happened. You could look at that and pull from that and derive value. Or you can look and say, what did I grow up in? What is the world take? Dude, most of the World War II generation is dead now. That generation is gone. That culture is now gone. What's the culture we grew up in here? And when I look at the people in the United States, the average person, I have nothing but disdain. I even have hatred and contempt. And thus why I have Operation Evil, where I try to tell people the truth. I try to stop housing. You try to do good, and all you get called is at best not a team player. At worst, you're a racist, bigoted, homophobe, blah, blah, blah. Things that don't really matter anymore. You know what? Fuck them. You don't have any loyalty to the nation. You only have loyalty to yourself. This doesn't mean you don't appreciate the culture or what you learned from that nation or what your cultural heritage was. That doesn't also mean you can't learn shit from other cultures and appreciate their wisdom as well. But just because you were born within a certain boundary with a magical line on a map drawn around it does not mean you have any allegiance to that country or culture, especially when they are rapidly becoming anti-freedom, anti-individual, collectivist, global government, and parasitic. They want to live off of you. So the approach no, you don't have to answer your question shortly. No, you don't have any loyalty to your country. You go to wherever you're treated best. And you are making great strides in shopping around to find out where you are treated best. At the same time, you don't refuse any opportunities or benefits offered to you by your home country. Like here in the United States, okay, I'm here. I completely avail myself of the American West. I mean, the American West is my other like, what happened if the GF left? I got my other mistress. I'd be going to Moab. I'd be gone. You wouldn't see me. I'd be, and there would not be another girl involved because, frankly, they take too fucking long to cultivate and they can't keep up. I'm like, yeah, I'm gone. If the GF were to tragically get hit by a truck, you'll find me in Moab. Not even in the town, somewhere out in Canyonlands National Park. Hey, he's out there somewhere. Good luck finding him. That's what I avail myself of. I avail myself of the technology and the internet. I avail myself of the highway system here. I avail myself of the economic opportunity here. You too should avail yourself of the opportunity that the United Kingdom provides you. So you're going into the Marines? Good. I hope there's some benefits that come with it. I don't know if it's as generous as the American military. You scratch that itch, you serve you, you're also going to end up now, you're getting your hedonism out of the way. You're becoming seasoned. You're starting to get perspective. You'll travel. You'll learn more. And then you'll say, okay, what are the new opportunities? Now this new opportunity came up. Oh, maybe I'll stick in the United Kingdom a little bit more. Oh, I met this girl while deployed overseas in Russia. And wow, we're going to spit out 5 little kids and live in Siberia and live in igloos. Right? In other words, you have no loyalty. You should have no loyalty to your country. Especially if your country treats you like shit and hates you. Okay? And is going to go opposite of freedom. But you should not make it a policy. It should be a wait and see. It's a matter of the moment. It's whatever opportunities are offering you the best. Then, when you're ready to settle down, it could be 30, it could be 35, it could be 40, it could be 45. You may not be ready there maturely, psychologically enough. You may not be ready financially. But the point in time will come where you will then go into the old wise man stoic stage, where the settled down stage, where you have traveled the world, you have gotten all your hedonism out, you've gotten all your play out, and you're going to say, okay, I know how the world works, I know how women work, I know how the economy works, I got a great tab on the pulse of politics in the West versus the pulse of politics in Asia. Where do I want to go? What do I want out of life? And that's when you start settling down. Okay, I'm going to buy a house here. Or maybe I'll just become a citizen here. I'll get my passport here. What type of woman do I want? Well, by that time, hopefully you've dated many women and you know which ones you want, which cultures, which type, and all that other stuff. And don't think it's just going to be cultural. Oh, I heard Asian women are traditional. Well, yes, they tend to be, but I can introduce you to many, friend, Who, she's an Asian woman. And it's like, yeah. And she dug her teeth into you and sucked all your blood out and then ran off with some other guy. So don't be so policy-like. Yes, you owe no allegiance. You should have no shame. If your country doesn't appreciate you, all right, and say, hey, we really appreciate you being a guy and protecting the country, and but they're like, you know what, you're oppressing women, and like they're nagging, which is what they're doing. They don't like you. They don't appreciate you. Fuck them. Fuck them. You owe us more money because you have a penis. Fuck you. Fuck it. See you, bye. You got anything to give me? You have to truly become Machiavellian. But don't make it policy. just go where you're treated best. Go where you want. You get one, and I wouldn't worry about the mixed race stuff. Dude, mixed race? You think that's the biggest problem? How about a loving nuclear family? I get a kick. White people gotta breed more. I'm like, I look at white people who breed, the women can't wait to get divorced. They're delusional. They don't raise their own damn kids. They ship the kids off to daycare. They belittle their husband. The men's a ball of sacks of shit. The wives have do you have your husband's ball pearls? I have mine studded with pearls. Because I gave my what do they call a male mistress? I gave Bobby and Sales my own pearl necklace. Tina! How about two loving parents who love each other and raise their fucking kids right? That's more than, I'd say 90% of the whitest white people that ever whited families ever gave their kids. Because they're just obsessed about careers and things and stuff. My God, the neighborhood I'm in, you can see it right now. So I would not worry about that. Yes, your kids would have some issues, no doubt, and maybe talk that over with your future. But that's not now. It's not now. It's not the time to make that policy decision. Worry about it when there's a girl on the docket who's like, holy shit, that's marriage material. Then start to worry about that. But for now, yes, no loyalty. Every other life decision in terms of residency is a wait-and-see policy. Right? And then you mentioned some other countries. Yeah, go visit them. You're not going to know until you visit them. So I would spend part of your hedonism is going and traveling. There's got to be a better word than hedonism. Reconnaissance, I guess, would be the best thing. Reconnaissance, man. But I don't have a book on that globally. I only got it for the United States. But yeah, you got to do your reconnaissance. So yeah, you should. I'm not saying you abandon your homeland, but you should have no loyalty to it. All right. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. I will guide you boys through the shithole of the world that baby boomers and Gen Xers have laid before you, but only if you go to assholeconsulting.com, or if you can't afford that, go buy my books at the links to my books down below in the description section. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.